If you've grown up with British television, you know the faces. They're the ones who've woken us up, shared our coffees, and guided us through the biggest headlines of the last 3 decades. But recently, the polished veneer of morning TV has cracked, revealing something far more compelling: the real people underneath. We're looking at two giants of the screen, Lorraine Kelly and Philip Schofield. Two very different journeys, two very different battles, but both emerging from the shadows with stories that define resilience. The silence that spoke volumes. Let's address the elephant in the room first, shall we? Philip Schofield. For over a year, the silence was deafening. We were used to seeing him every single day, laughing on the This Morning sofa. And then, nothing. Just the sudden sharp shock of a career halted in its tracks. When the news broke about his return via Channel 5's Cast Away, opinions were, let's be honest, split down the middle. But strip away the headlines and the Twitter storms, and what were we actually watching? We saw a man stripped bare, literally and figuratively. Leaving the comfort of the studio for a deserted island off Madagascar wasn't just a TV gig, it felt like a penance. Watching him battle the elements, weep openly about the loss of his life as he knew it, and confront the absolute isolation, we saw a side of Philip that the autocue never allowed. I've recently had a lot of time to think about my life, what went right and what went wrong. This time it's just me, Philip Schofield. Whether you're Team Phil or not, there is something profoundly human about watching a man who had everything, the fame, the fortune, the adoration, sit alone on a beach and admit he is broken. It reminds us that no amount of success protects you from the darkest nights of the soul. His emergence isn't about a triumphant return to glitter and lights. It's about the quiet, unspoken battle of just trying to survive when the world has turned its back. Ask yourself, have you ever felt like you had to rebuild yourself from scratch? That's the chord he struck. It wasn't about celebrity, it was about survival. Lorraine, the smile hiding the heartbreak. And then, there's our Lorraine, the queen of kindness, the woman who has been the nation's big sister, auntie, and best friend for 40 years. While Philip's battle was played out in a storm of controversy, Lorraine's battles have been fought with the quiet dignity we've come to expect from her. But make no mistake, she has been fighting. Recently, the news that her iconic show faces drastic cuts, slashing its runtime and making it seasonal from 2026, sent a shockwave through the industry. For many, it's just business. For Lorraine, she admitted it was heartbreaking. But notice why she was heartbroken. It wasn't for her own screen time. It wasn't for her ego. It was for her team. It's really heartbreaking to split up the team. I've grown up with them. They were babies when they started with me. This is why we love her. In an industry famous for its selfishness, Lorraine is worrying about the crew. But her unspoken battle goes deeper. She's been incredibly candid recently about the physical and mental toll of menopause, admitting she felt flat, joyless, and like she was losing herself. Can we just take a moment to appreciate how brave that is? To sit in front of millions, smiling and interviewing Hollywood stars, while internally feeling like you're fading away? She reminded us of a powerful truth. You never know what someone is carrying behind their smile. Finding the light, grandmotherhood and redemption. It's not all heavy hearts though, and this is where the high engagement part of life kicks in, the joy. If Philip's journey is about survival, Lorraine's current chapter is about legacy. The arrival of her granddaughter, Billy, has clearly given her a new lease on life. You can see it in her eyes. The industry might be changing, the budgets might be cutting, but Granny Smith, as she calls herself, has found a love that transcends ratings. And interestingly, Lorraine has been one of the few to extend a hand of compassion toward Philip. She publicly admitted she was heartbroken for him too, and that she misses her former colleagues. In a world that loves to cancel people, Lorraine chose empathy. She chose to remember the human being, not just the scandal. Why this matters to us? Why do we care so much about two TV presenters? Because their stories are our stories. We care about Philip because we all fear making mistakes that can't be undone. We all fear isolation. We want to know if redemption is possible. We care about Lorraine because she represents stability in a chaotic world. When she hurts, we feel it. When she worries about her job or her health, we see our own worries reflected back at us. They are no longer just talent. They are survivors. One is surviving the wilderness of exile. The other is surviving the shifting sands of the corporate world. The final word. As we head deeper into this year, seeing these two emerge, bruised but standing, is a testament to resilience. Philip is reminding us that sometimes you have to lose everything to find out who you really are. Lorraine is reminding us that kindness and family are the only things that truly last when the cameras stop rolling. So, next time you switch on the telly, look a little closer. Look past the makeup and the lighting. You're seeing real people, fighting real battles, and waking up every day to try again. And isn't that exactly what we're all doing? What do you think? Do you think Philip deserves a second chance on the sofa? Are you gutted about the cuts to Lorraine's show? Let me know in the comments. Let's keep this conversation kind and real.